hadn't been on here in a while, once again. Everything's been going crazy around here. I've been ordering parts. If you guys ever watch my other videos about my gap issue, I guess I'd say, in between the top of my fender on the front tire, it was always a big gap. Now, I've talked about this on almost every video, almost all the time. Well, I finally figured the problem out. So I took the springs out of the car, measured them, got on websites, and they said I had the right measurements of the spring that's out and what the internet says I should have. So I was like, okay. So then I went and bought some coilover shocks. So watched videos of those being put in, and the guy was grabbing the lower control arm, swinging it up. The shocks sit perfect down inside there. You can bolt it up, everything. Well, when I done that to mine, I couldn't get that lower control arm to come up under the shock. There was probably about 2.5 inches where I couldn't get it. And I even screwed the, I don't know what they call it, for the shock I used expander wrench, the adjustment nut, I don't know, but anyway, to compress the spring in more so I can get the lower control arm to swing up on it. And I'll show you here in a minute, and that didn't work. So I took it back down and I ordered lower control arms. And these control arms that I bought said it was for this car. I mean, I bought them, I don't know, a long time ago. I don't know, 6 years ago, something like that. 5-6 years ago. And I'll show you the difference on them here. And I could never figure out this. I bought 2 different springs, 2 different pair of shocks, thinking, what the heck is lower control arm this whole entire time? And I'll show it to you. Look at this. Well, yeah, I know it's gonna have to deal with the light, but these are my old ones here, right here. And they're thinner than the ones I got now. The diameter of the tubing. And on here, there was a piece that wrapped all the way around this. That's what held the spring in the, I'm gonna say in the pocket, in the bucket, whatever you want to call it. But held the spring right. I had to cut all this off because that's what it told you to do for the coilover shocks. And then you got to drill these out for the bolt nuts on the coilover shocks. So I ended up cutting that off so I can get it on there. But, and the pieces are back here. They're just laid out all through here. I had to cut them in sections to get them off. So I figured if I ever wanted to use these control arms again, I could just pop these back on. I can weld them back on and still have it back to the original. But yeah, that right there. And hang on, I'll get a light. All right. So, like I said, the coilover shock here, the control arm, It's bolted all up and torqued. Everything's torqued now. But as this swung down, you know, down here, and then you put your shock up in there, and then you got to swing your control arm back up. I couldn't get it with the older one. This one I put on the lower control arm. I put this up in the I'm gonna still call it a pocket, bucket, whatever you want to call it. Put it up in there. Put the nut washer on for it to hold it, so I don't have to hold the shock and try to do the control arm. And that thing, this thing, you grab a hold of it, you just swung it straight up and in, and everything's taken care of. And I understand this one has a dish that comes down. It has a dish in it. That this one is flat surface. Now the other one has a dish that comes down, so that made it a little easier. But and I'm thinking, what the? But so now, hope to God, because I put 2-inch drop spindle on, then this. So I hope to God I'm not too low. So, but I can get adjustment. These are adjusted all the way out. So it's the tallest the spring can be. I got a little bit more down here of adjustment I can do to it on the threads to get even more out. These springs are rated at 450 pounds on each side. So yeah, and look how big the tubing is compared to my other one. These things are monstrous compared to that tubing. And that. So, and I think, yeah. See, I had CPP up here, and that's what these are. And I thought that's what these were, but apparently not. So these things, I don't know what application or what that's for. I don't know. But if you want a gasser, get these, because it'll make your front end sit up high. So, but I'm getting it all back together. This is Viking shock inside there. So, and I think it's still the same company, the CPP, I believe, with Viking shock. Now that little goop on there that you see, that's what is that? Thread antices. Dang it, I can't think of the name. But that's what they say to do. You got to put it on there, or you void the warranty on them. So put a lot of antices on it. So, and then the other side is still broke down, as you can see. And see, I still got the other one on there. So, hang on a little bit. And as you can tell the difference between them. So, there's a deep pocket that these come down. So they slope down in, which helps tremendously. But you can see the diameter difference in them. These are a little bit heavier than these. But yeah, if you try to pick this up and try to swing it up for that shock to sit in there, you can't. It's ridiculous. So I need to take this one out. I still got to drill the holes out for nut and bolt. But yeah. But man, I fought with that trying to get it and couldn't get it, so I said the heck with it, and well, I bought them. So now I got to get that in there. I did buy new tie rod ends. The ones I had on the car didn't have grease fittings on them. I bought those a long time ago, so bought those. So yep, I gotta get everything back together and get the other one on. There's the Viking. There's my other shock I gotta get going on. But yeah, oh yeah, and CPP for performance. Yep. So now it's the other shock, or the other spring, sorry. So there it is. Get it all put together. So there we go. My old Lincoln is retired now. I sold my plasma cutter, the plasma cutter down there. I sold my TIG welder here. So, and I got that being retired because I got me a new one. This is all built into one. It's a welder, plasma cutter, and TIG welder, and stick welder. So it can do it all. I haven't played with the plasma cutter any, so I didn't even know that. So, but I have been welding with it, and boy, I tell you, that thing works. No, I'm not. I've had an art captain. Didn't have any problems with it. Bought me another one. And that thing is, I'm telling you what, badass. People don't like them, but I'm telling you, no problems. They're a lot smaller than that other one, but got a digital screen here, lays everything out. Once it gets familiar with your welding, it pre-adjusts it for you. So, nice little unit. I had somebody come over and they wanted to do some little welding, and he's done a little bit of welding, but I told him go for it. And I got a little small trailer out here and did some welding on it. He came over and let me try it, and them welds look perfect. So anybody can do it. I mean, you take that thing over there and does great. So, but that's about it. Sorry about that. That's about it for this video. I just wanted to go over what I've been going through with it and trying to finally figured it out. I'm hoping that I figured it out. So I think I did. So we'll see. Because I watched every video, and them guys were just popping that sucker right on over and putting their spring right in. I'm like, it ain't how it's going for me. So then when I got the newer control arms, right over. So that's good. Any updates on the motors? No. I'm getting all the front end back together, getting that figured out. Oh, yeah. And I did buy, I've been, every time I cruise up and down the street, I've been on slicks. So I bought me some on Marketplace. I bought some Hoosier Street ETs. That's what I bought. Now I'm running 33s right now. I have 33s there. When I go to the track, I put 32s on, and these are 31s. So I have 31, 32, and 33s. So I need to get the 33s off, throw those away. I'm going to put the 32s on these rims, on those rims there, and then the 31s on a different pair of rims that I have out there. So that's what's coming along. So that's it. That is it. I'm getting her. I got other things around here to do too. So like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See ya.